If you want to become your best self and start showing up as her every single day, then you need to start by creating the perfect night routine for you. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kiana, and today we are filming my That Girl night routine. The night routine that helps me act like the best version of myself. I know if you're here, you want to become the best version of yourself in 2025, and that is exactly what we're doing here on this channel. So you're definitely going to want to subscribe so you don't miss any videos from me. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Every routine looks a little bit different from day to day, but for the most part, all the essential habits that make me feel like my best self, I do every day and are the same. But we've got some extra fun things because we're vlogging today. I'm about to go on a sunset walk with one of my best friends, Chad. I've definitely mentioned him before here on my YouTube. He's also a YouTuber and a content creator on Instagram and TikTok, so you should definitely check him out. I'll leave his handle here somewhere. I feel like doing a sunset walk after work is one of the perfect ways to decompress from the workday and really shift from professional brain to personal brain. So without further ado, let's go on our little walk. Chad and I had the best walk. I always feel so fulfilled after going on a walk with one of my friends. We always just yap and chat about our dreams, all the goals we have and the things we're working on, give little life updates, and it's just so fun to have friends that truly see me for who I am. I feel so seen and heard with my friendships in my life right now, so just feeling so great and so inspired after my walk with Chad. We're actually going to be going to the grocery store. I feel like once a week I usually go to the grocery store just to pick up a few things, either for the week ahead or the weekend. And tomorrow is Valentine's Day, which is one of my favorite days of the year, and I'm having a little Valentine's Day party with my family, which is something we've been doing since as long as I can remember. This little tradition my mom had, and now that I'm grown up and older, I've totally taken it and ran with it and had so much fun literally every Valentine's Day because of this tradition. So we're gonna be picking up a few things for the Valentine's Day party. I'm thinking like strawberries, chocolate, all the fun little Valentine's goodies. If you watched last week's vlog, it was all about knowing your worth and loving yourself. I included some clips from Valentine's Day and the party because I knew that that would be so perfect for that vlog. So you should definitely check that out if you haven't yet. Let's put on a podcast and let's get over to the grocery store. I don't know about you, but I love to include self-care in my night routine. So I definitely want to have time for that before dinner. So let's get going.
And to think that for you I would have put it all on hold. Now I'm playing in the sand till it turned to gold. Midas hands, but we all grow old. Can't have my soul, let my heart turn stone. Guess I gotta say it twice, it ain't my fault. Every little thing got a price, that's what I thought. That's what they taught. Yeah, I'ma take my chance till I drop. You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about when you know that am I thinking me and you. Guess it's over. It was a rainbow, but we're sinking. Lost my hue. I might come running back when our hearts get back on track.
It's time for my favorite part of the night, my skincare routine. So we're gonna take off my makeup and do my skincare. Just get the skin feeling nice and clean and glowy before bed. While I do this, I'm gonna give you guys some tips for how to create your That Girl night routine, also known as the night routine for the best version of you. I feel like when 2025 started, I was really determined to make the most of it because this is the first year that I'm not in school at all. I've been going to school since I literally started preschool in 2004, and then I went all the way through to grade 12, and then I went right into university. So this is the first year of my life ever that I won't be attending any school as of now or any sort of formal education. And for me, I promise I'm gonna get to the point here, but that really meant that I needed to make the most of the year. And I feel like everyone feels like that at the beginning of the year. And even though we're in February, I feel like for anyone who's super motivated to achieve their goals, I feel like you're still kind of thinking about like, okay, like how can I take things to the next level? I feel like January is kind of like a trial and error period for seeing which goals actually make sense for you and then ruling out things that just don't really align with you or your lifestyle and what your goals really are. Usually by February, I feel like most people kind of know what they want to be working towards. And with my word of the year being unapologetic, that really made me want to unapologetically just be the most authentic, best version of me. And that has been something I've kept bringing myself back to. So I feel like if you want to become the best version of yourself and become the version of yourself that has everything you want, who's achieved the goals you want to achieve, who is living your dream life, I feel like you need to embody that energy in everyday moments. I stumbled across a couple podcast episodes with Mimi Bouchard as a guest. If you've never heard of her, she is the founder of Activations, also known as Superhuman. She recently rebranded the Superhuman app to be Activations. And basically what Activations are is they're similar to meditation, except instead of calming you down, they're supposed to wake you up and remind you of the version of yourself you want to be. And you're supposed to like carry that energy throughout your day. This was a concept to me that I wasn't like fully sold on at first, but then I was like, you know what, let me try the free trial. When I started the year, I wasn't really feeling as motivated as I usually am. And I was like, I need to get out of this. Like, I love the new year. I really want to hit 2025 with the ground running and just make it the best year possible. So I downloaded the app and I started listening to the meditations. I had a 2-week free trial and I did like the 14-day reset. I ended up keeping the app. I paid like, I think 175 Canadian-ish to keep the app for the rest of the year. And yes, that is like a subscription. So like if I keep it again for next year, I will have to pay that same amount of money. And I'm about halfway through a 30-day challenge. So I've had the app for about a month now. I actually feel so different. Like, not that much in my life has changed, but I feel like the main thing in my life that has changed in the last 30 days has been me. I feel like it's because I'm making better decisions, because I'm always thinking about how I can be the best version of myself. If I fall off track, I always remind myself that I can get back on at any point within 24 hours. Honestly, less than that, like literally within the moment, I'm like, okay, how can I get back on track? And I do what I can in the moment to do that with my goals and the habits and the routines that I'm working on. I've really tried to eliminate comparison. I've really got myself in this mindset of being like, anything that the people I look up to can do, I can do as well. And that has been a life-changing mindset, because as I get older, I feel like I want the things I want even more. I want the goals I want even more. I feel like always trying to see other people's achievements and accomplishments as if they can do it. This is just more proof that it's possible for me. That has been game-changing as well. Something Mimi said is that every single setback she made in her personal development journey, like every single mistake she made, she said she always just tried to trust 100% that it was leading her back to where she was meant to go, and that she was just becoming a future version of herself that had everything she wanted, and she just had to keep showing up with that energy, and eventually she would get there. And like, she did. She's also like a 7-figure entrepreneur now. So I've really been thinking about that. Just trying to have the most optimistic mindset possible, being super abundant, not giving up on my goals and the things I dream about. I think another thing that has really shifted becoming the best version of myself is that I've really eliminated consuming content for no reason. I feel like I only consume content now when I'm actually posting on Instagram, or when I like need to go on the app for something, like if I need to do a story, or if I need to do like a highlight, or like change a reel cover. Like, I usually only consume content now like when I pretty much have to go on the app. The only content I'm consuming right now is like content that is driving my personal development journey. So that's podcasts, audiobooks, and any like personal development influencer. I have been watching a little bit of YouTube, but it's all within like the personal development field. I've just been hyper focusing on that. I'm trying not to let it get like too much, because I do want to absorb the information, and I feel like you do need to like take a bit of time between like each learning to really like let it consolidate. Sometimes I will like separate the topics I listen to. Like, I listened to a really great podcast recently on finances and like building wealth as a young person, and I haven't listened to anything else in the finance sector, because there's things I want to do related to that podcast, take action, and I don't want to move on in the finance field until I take those learnings and put them into action. Then the last thing I think I've been really doing, while I've been overloading myself on the personal development content and really just utilizing that as my entertainment and as a means to consume intentional content that's going to make my life better, motivate me, kind of be surrounded by energy that I want to embody myself, I started reading Atomic Habits on Audible. This is kind of a funny story. I've gifted Atomic Habits like the book to so many different people for presents because I've heard so much about the book. Like I hadn't read it, but I knew like pretty much the main gist of it. As I'm reading it, I realized that it's super aligned with the things I believe in, which I already kind of thought before reading it. But I'm reading it now and I have to say, or I guess I'm listening to it, but I have to say it's really been eye-opening, and I feel like a big shift that I'm experiencing right now is my whole life I've always been super focused on my goals, and I don't think I've ever neglected my habits, but I've never really made my habits like the star. My goals have always been the star, but I'm kind of realizing now, and like I always knew this, but I'm almost emphasizing it even more. Your habits are kind of like the road to your goals, and I feel like it's so important to focus on them like as much as you can. I feel like your goals are kind of a representation of like the person you want to be. So even if you don't like reach the exact goals, you kind of like land amongst the stars of like being in that industry and like doing amazing things. I feel like it all kind of goes together, if that makes sense. So that's been kind of fun to focus on, and those are kind of like the main things that I'm doing to become my best self. And I wouldn't actually say that I'm necessarily stacking all of them in my night routine, but it's more that I'm just doing these things every day on a daily basis, pretty much throughout the day, like checking in with these things to make sure that I'm becoming my best self. And you know what? I will say I feel amazing in the way that I feel like I'm finally stepping into the person I'm meant to be, and you have no idea how good of a feeling that is. One thing I will say is that I am exhausted. I'm so tired, and that has also been something that I've really focused on with my night routine is getting to bed at a decent time. Sorry, we'll get back to it in a minute. I love this lip mask. It's the CNP Laboratory Propolis Lip Serum Fruity. Oh my god, it is amazing. I actually like it better than the Laneige lip mask. It works better. I never wake up with chapped lips. My lips are so soft. I just use a lip brush, and I literally crave having this stuff on my lips. That's how it does. Like, it has a taste, but it's more that I just love the feeling of it. This is my skincare routine. We are gonna head to bed in a minute. It is just past 11. I will say I am normally trying to turn out my light at 11. I find that these days I actually am just tired and I want to go to bed, and I'm like not a good sleeper at all. I don't really enjoy sleep. I've never enjoyed sleep. I've always been very restless. I have so much energy, but as you can tell, I'm talking kind of quieter. I am really tired, so we're gonna do our bullet journal for tonight. Going to do our mood tracker, our habit tracker, and then write down the best part of the day. Those are the 3 journaling habits I've been doing. Been doing the highlight of the day for the last 8 years. I think the mood tracker I've been doing since 2018, so 7 years, and habit tracker since 2019, so 6 years. And so I love these habits. They make me feel so good. I also feel like it's very important to like keep track of your habits. That's why I do the habit tracker. But this will be the last time you hear my voice because I am very tired. We are going to crawl into bed, and that is where we're going to be doing our bullet journal.
When the stars line up, that's that. I've been attached, just looking out. We move so fast, was moving south. Through my secret sauce, boo in and out. Miss how you gloss that pretty mouth. You know this ain't the time for the 2 of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about you.
Gloss that, love it when you toss it back, love it when you talk back. Girl, you get me off track, so off-white tracksuit, just so I can floss, yeah. With my new bitty, she ain't let my soft yet. Could've been you, still feeling on my ditty, but you lost that. You had